I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. He sent a calling card to Lord Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Is there something odd about this? David Atme always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lord Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he had no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. No, that's true. It's kind of odd. So, by photograph you mean this specific, yeah. Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. Proves I committed the crime. Surely even you understand by now. Lord Taylor provided that camera. There is no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed King Bullard unless I had an accomplice. Think long and hard about that night. Basement warehouse and this picture that's supposed to be kept. It's going to be here. There's something funny about this picture. I'm gonna say save and yes. Are you implying that this picture is fake? That I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. Oh, wait, hold on. No. Yes. No. Crap. Why is that moved? We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. There's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well, then let's hear. What do you have to say? Yeah, the paint. Because there used to be a statue there. Oh, why, this is a blood stain. Oh, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. This stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. Blood to peaches. Judge surely loves going on his wild time. Apparently loves it, people. Loves his peaches. Yum yum yum. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Goddamn statue. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be there that is not there? That thing, this thing, everything. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there was a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, the clone statue just happened to arrive from the mountain train mountain. I realized that the statue would be perfect size for covering up the paint stain. So I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on the night, then that statue would have been there. But when I went there the day after the theft, the statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move move it at this. In that case, can you prove? Can you give us a rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue? What do you think, Mr. Goddard? Well, Mr. White, I hope you're prepared with answer now then. Who was the one who moved the golden statue? So why? Why did we change that? So who to why? So it's not why was the statue. Who was the one who moved the statue and why? Why did he move the statue? Why did they move this? And is this? I'm not gonna count this cup of coffee because this is more or less a mistake thing, which means that each time I do mistake, it will just directly go to there. Okay, so I just had a wrong person. The one who moved the statue is no other than Luke Atme. Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again, on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusion? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving this golden statue, where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretend to be masked to mask. Create an alibi by showing you were at Lord Taylor that night. This photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, you lie would be exposed like cheap film. Wait. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. This is why you had to move the statue. Oh, because the sword was not on it any longer. A single fatal flaw. Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture lies the fatal flaw? I'm just gonna do the paint. Nope, I messed up. There's a flaw to the picture again. Yep, that's my bad. My bad. I take full responsibility of his death. You bet there is. There's something funny about this. And it is wham! So yeah, we have been here, so just gonna roll this over. So there's something in the picture that needed to be seen. Good question of why. I don't know. I actually don't really know. One fatal flaw. If that stood there, then something would be there. But what exactly? I was gonna press the box. Oh, apparently it's masked the mask fully. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna mess with my hair a bit. The lie is mask the mask. Are you saying that this mask the mask is fake? I've already said that many times. You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. The current question is why was the golden statue moved? So what possible connection could there be with Mask the Mask's identity? Your face has oh buggers written all over it. That's crying out loud. So one was just that it was not there at all. The other one is just... I do have a feeling it's a trap that if I actually choose it, I bet there is something funny about it. What is this? So, yeah, we have this, we have the paint, I understand that. I'm just gonna cheat here. Huh. Bloody, I know blood. Crying out loud, that's the wimpiest bloody picture ever. Apparently the only one thing there that is the problem. Yes, I cheat. I know I cheat. I don't give a shit. I think, or else there was two different things. Yeah, it's exactly that we're talking about. Really set this up would have been perfect size. So she did that because I was there. Yeah, so it had been moved. This show is so shiny that you can actually see the clock behind. So the one who did it was look at me again. And apparently, I cheated because I cannot see anything that is wrong because everything says something that's going on here. Oh, right. Fatal flaw in a lie. The lie is when. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell exactly what I mean. On the night of the question, Luke at me went to KB security and murdered Kane Ballard. Therefore, it's obvious it would have been impossible for him to have been at Lord Taylor at the same time. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken to the warehouse on the day of the crime. It was placed there in order to cover up the truth. Exactly. Look at me had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture the days before the murder took place. It's like true. It doesn't say a date. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. So on the day of the crime, the admin must have been quite nervous. Nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. Okay, now I understand his dilemma. And that is why Look at Me had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way he had been in this photo. Order! Order all! Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did then indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lord Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage data was yours. That alone could have allowed you to tamper with the data. Stupid enough, but true. Order, people, order! Mr. Goddard, what's the meaning of this? He seems so freaking calm. Goddard, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. So apparently, if we take this by real time, he has done 11 cups. It's even more than I have counted through the whole thing, but at the same time it's the stream, alright? No, it's 6. Yeah, kind of. I promise to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good till the last. However, defense has a very good point. A good so what? We're all about travelers on a road to infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there is no point that can't be denied, which is that is another one. That it's only possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of mayhem can never reach their dream. That is very true. No, I don't fall for that, Your Honor. It's falling for everything, doesn't matter what it is. Hey, Mr. The Mask. Yes? If there's no funny business in your actions as Mask the Mask, should be no problem with your telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Ah yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. I first received the request from Lord the Tailor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box and Zavari was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days before. And then I handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smooth. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October the 12th. Here's where the calling card is just gonna screw him over because it's not a spotted urn. That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets. New information he gave us. Nuggets. Nuggets. God, now I just feel for nuggets. I'm gonna buy some Burger King tomorrow. If I don't get any personal. I don't know. I'm not gonna ask to be the only thing I'm gonna ask to that place because I work there is drinking. Drinking Reese's. Because I worked 4 hours last Friday there, and after that my head was just out of it. Like, oh. So yeah, 4 hours without drinking in a hot place, it's not really the best. So I'm just gonna check how is it about drinking. Like, yeah, when you feel you have time, I don't know if it is yet, but I'm gonna believe that if you have time, then think something to drink. But because my working hours are 3 hours to 4 hours, I don't have any recess. I don't complain. I have no complaint about that. That is fine. That is a-okay. Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Nice. I don't know why I said nice like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna press, because right now I don't really have anything. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews. Correct. Yes. Indeed. It seems that they had heard of my Zavargling reputation. The what? You better watch out too, Maya. You better watch out too, Maya. Yeah, that's practically weirdo. Zavare. You mean this box? Yes, but it's a pathetic box. Oh. Maya gonna slap you. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the store, not even me. Interesting you didn't. Hence, I was actually unable to the urn. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance of that warehouse. However, I looked after it, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna do something risky. I'm gonna save because I'm not that risky. But think this. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself. So, while she was taking care of it, it was pink spotted. It was spotted with pink paint. Which means that that's why she didn't want anyone to look at it. So, here is the thing. Why does the thing says... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I noted because the music and the HP bar. Now I remember. I'm covering the HP bar. That's why I'm on this side. Why did I forget that? But anyway, yeah, if you could not see that before, I only have one spot left. And that's why I'm saving so drastically. Is that me? If you really are Master Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling? Allow me to read the passage from the calling card that Master Mask has written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here still refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Oh yeah, that is true. But so what? Truth be told, there is no way the Master Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains! And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lord the Tailor. New cup! Crap, he's on his 9th cup now. When the shit does he need to pee? Oh, at the same time, we've had a 20 minutes break apparently, so yeah. The day they said the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to an human error, or should I say an error-prone human. Yeah, poor Adrian Andrews. Like, I'm glad she's happy and all. She's just having so much bad luck in her life sometimes. That is when the pink paint got on the urn. Pink paint can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means that Atmi had seen this urn long before the crime even took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Hell yeah. And because this photo is fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Hell yeah. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? I don't think Goddard has something up his coffee cup. Nick, it's still a little early for Victor Post. Another one! He's up to 10! Crap, his bladder! Like, that cannot be healthy at all. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. A conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided mostly that this man was masked. And now we're calling him a murder. You don't think you're being a tad fickle? Technically, this guy needs to have some proof now. That's a good point. Don't. How do you fall for that? As we say here, we need proof. Do you have any proof? Because I've put up with a load of shit here right now. You say that Luke At was the one who killed Kane Ballard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Why might you marry murderous motive manifest? If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron DeLite, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron DeLite. Isn't that right, detective? Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove a guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motive were. I'd be honored to, sir, old-timer. Calling on. My door is open. They can hear my strange voices. By the lack of hard information, this might be our only chance. Okay, so let's first of all check some things between here, because that's something we need to know. So just before he does that, first of all, this thing says something about a red diamond as the one he has in his finger. The second thing, it is also we have this. From the mask's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letter. The same one we got here. It also means that from somewhere this comes in, which is everything that's been stolen after the thing. So Crown of Bongora, Left Hand of Hades, and Portrait of Megena is technically Luke Atwood's. And if he has been checking up on these things, then that means that he has some connection to the whole thing. Well then, a motive. Luke Atme, had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Ballard decided to investigate Mask the Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron the Light. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendants truly believe he is Mask the Mask. And that is why Mr. Delight saw it to kill Cain Bullard truly tragedy. So the victim Cain Bullard blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail found in the defendant's apartment. God's sake, I do some shit here right now. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. There goes my shit. But at the same time, we could have taken it from him. I don't know why it would be so stupid to do so. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. Huh. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atlee and Cain Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, there were only one with motive. That was Mr. Delight. Save just so I can start from this part. Mistook? That is right, mistook. From the Old Norse mistak, meaning to take in an error. Take in error. That wasn't what I meant. Just who did the victim mistake the mask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron the Light, of course. I'd like to wipe that smug look on this guy's face. Press harder. Press harder? Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask the Mask? Don't you already know that? But take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's a famous tale of Emanon. Oh, that's a famous tale of Emanon. A magnificent jewel. Yeah, look at his finger as well. It doesn't have the ring. It's a new ring as well. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant! The victim clearly misread this article and misread the article and survived. He got a wrong impression. Impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask the Mask. I see. That was unusually reasonable deduction. You mean his blackmail letter right here? It says bring $50,000. The handwriting is without doubt the victim. There is no mistake. We have an official report to prove. But I don't see an address on this letter anywhere. This letter was this. Why? What happened with my voice? Sorry, too much cough. The letter was discovered in Ron the Light's apartment. Mr. Delight did show up, and it didn't designated place. The fact that there is no addressee is irrelevant. Here's that a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? Oh! Now I understand. Now I understand. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Oh, now I get it. Now I get it. Oh, now we understand. Now I understand that part. This is another letter. What I understand is that Luke Atlee is the criminal here. He, as it says in this report, from the Mask's second heist on, he was stealing directed by blackmail letter. Which means that he look at me thought like I'm gonna give this to this boy and just do it. For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling. There is something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? I'm gonna press that because... Mind if I ask you a few questions that you give at me? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron the Light, I can't help but notice one major contradiction. A contradiction? I don't know where you walk, where a walking contradiction like you gets of anything like that. You're the one to talk. Times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us a contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail. Show us a contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Oh, okay, apparently it was this. I think you mean one... Okay, so no, it was not that. Welcome, humble viewer, to stream I'm holding here. Sorry, I'm so in and trying to figure out what to do here, so sometimes I just forget to check. Hope you enjoy my very weird-ass voices. So, is some proof need to be found? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wait with this just for now. I'm gonna go back in. Yes, I only have one count. So yeah. Yeah, so Bullard sent the blackmail letter. And here we go with the thing that if we check the blackmail letter, it says if you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Which, look at me, precisely before said he has on his finger. As you can see, just, well, there somewhere. So, but I've tried that now, and I don't know any other evidence that can prove about that. So I'm gonna just press these things and see if I find something else. What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Maybe security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was security team thief, chief, I stole data from the company, yeah? Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. There's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Yeah, I have the same thing too. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money? Even though he wasn't actually the mask. On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. There's something with the red diamond at least. I just need to find some more evidence. I'm gonna check through what's going on here. That assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I have a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. 11 cups of coffee! Ronnie thinks he's masked now. Don't you feel sorry? Please don't think too bad. Well, Mr. Wright. Yeah, we have heard that before as well. Was he trying to act like Miss Delight just now? Yeah, I was not doing the voice at all. I thought it was actually pretty convincing. Now that's just your imagination. Come now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word. This is a deduction, the result of a carefully applied reasoning. Can we hear that carefully reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story, and better saved for another time. Very well, another time. Told so long stories aren't usually all that long. Yeah, I know about the blackmail letter. That's no problem. I know exactly. Shit, I clicked the wrong thing. Forgive me, people! I make mistakes! Wham in your face again! I think I'm gonna use him as proof because of that red diamond he has. Nope, it's not. Crap. I thought it was just because, well, he has it on his goddamn finger. I don't think I'm doing wrong. I don't really wish to cheat, so I'm gonna try and not cheat, but I feel like I need to have the diamond as proof. But I've yet to find anything, so... Oh, sorry, just need to do that. Okay, there is something here, I just don't know what. Apparently this. Just because I thought of his finger there where there was no diamond, apparently. That was my thought now, I might be wrong. It contradicts the picture of the Tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel. What about it? Problem is this jewel's color. I'm not much for discussing colors myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond we received the other day. Red! Which means, red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Emanon that the mask stole at all. And your point is, Mr. White, you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else. That's why you're trying to say, right? Right? That is what you're trying to say, right? Right? Right, Nick? Yes. This is who the King Ballard was blackmailing! Wham! Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. You have some sort of basis on that claim. You've been personally involved in every single mask-to-mask case. In the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel. Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. Yeah, that's true. Like, you have it here as goddamn proof, just shining off your bling to everyone. Which means that Cain Ballard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. It's going smoothly. Order in court. Oh, right. Another one. God damn. He cannot sleep for a goddamn week, this guy. Seems you've gone too far with your childish prank. I don't like the way he said Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke. Are you for real? Yes, I am. Come on, stand up to him. Then answer me. Blackmail letter contains the following. If you don't want your identity revealed to your world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atmy's identity public knowledge. Like, I just saw something here, but that's not it. An identity he wanted to keep secret. So just what was that identity? Atmy killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his own secret being known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? Blackmailer, perhaps. This is what it all comes down to, Nick. Before anything happens, save! 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 God damn it, save! As a blackmailer. Look at me. Was a blackmailer.
Objection.
Okay, now, isn't it a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atmy. Are you saying that Atmy was blackmailing someone else on top of that? You have to admit, that does sound a little odd. That's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmy. But Ronda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. But did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the appearance of Emman on ice. After that, I started getting plans in the mail. I received plans from someone, a very kind person, incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans! Hi, Turtle Girl! Welcome back! I just had to continue with the voice because, in which case, that would mean that Ronda Light was actually the mask. That is what we've been claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his target for him. And that someone was no other than Luke Atmy. Silence! Now I see. It's all become clear. You stop, like, he's right now under the knife, and he just says, silence! Now I can see, yeah, it's a knife, just here, somewhere, I don't know. What is it? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? You say that I, Luke Atmy, was blackmailing Ronda Light. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relations to Mask and Mask. Well, yes. Ronda Light started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. Okay, just to be clear, he's up to 12 copies. He did say himself that around the 7th I counted, he had been drinking 11 cups. And he is trying to bring in 17 in one session. During the first crime, how did Luke Atmy know that Ron the Light was masked? The buzzer? No. Connected to the basement security card? No. About the first heist. I'm just gonna use this. That's the only thing I can connect it to. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Getting lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. Just pull the same one of him, apparently. This newspaper clipping. It's a picture of you and Ron the Light in his guard uniform. Seems the mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took his outfit and hid it in the bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, under his mask the mask. Yeah, that's right. Why? How dare you expose me like that? Technically expose himself a lot of times. Like, for example, like I said before, this goddamn thing. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Same goddamn thing he has on his finger. He's stupid enough to still have it. My face proud ace detective and also master mouse. Technically he actually is. Like, that is true, he is actually Master Mask. Or he is his sponsor, I could say. So in a way, yeah. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Why you? Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Well, he lost it. It was soon we finally arrived at a real answer. It was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Yeah, it was, goddamn. Bailey, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme.
Objection.
God damn, he's up to 14 cups of coffee in this session. And I'm not talking about this whole game session. I'm not talking about my streaming session. For 2 hours, we've been having 14 cups of coffee. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. Yeah, be watchful of your thumb there, guy. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. Excuse-moi. You won't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was filthy black. And that he wasn't a Lordly Taylor, Knight of Murder. That's right. Well, that's why he's the one who killed me. But still one thing you haven't yet proved. And what is that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was the murderer. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was KB security, I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. That is true. We have already found like that's a problem I have with this guy. First he complains about a motive. We found a motive by showing him the blackmail thing about Red Diamond. But now he says to prove he was there. Order in court. Well, Mr. Wright. Okay, so before anything even happens, just so I do not mess up like I often do, I got to prove that Atme was at Billard's office on that night. God, what happened? That's long enough. I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atme was the TV security and the defense. Can I prove it somehow? I'm gonna just say I can prove it. The defense can prove it with evidence. Are you sure? Oh, don't worry. I'll watch you as you break down and fall. Very well. Let's see this proof. Okay, so let's check the proof here. So, the wooden box, nothing. The paint, nothing. 2 weeks, so that's just dried out. We already used this thing. The buster went off once at 1:02 October 12th, the CEO's office. Found in the shadow of Amy Faye's statue. Looks like it was torn off some clothing. Okay, this is stupid, but I take it as if he was actually masked the mask when he went to the CEO's office. But he wanted to more or less prove that he was masked the mask. Could he have just torn this off? I think it is. Oh crap! This is it? It's true. It's very important. However, crap. Yeah, I'm gonna not count that one because that was a failed one. I don't count anything that goes repeatedly. Only things that is meant more or less to happen. So he still has 14 cups of coffee. In his world, I don't know because he has apparently had 11. Seriously, for how long can you be awake after so many goddamn cups of coffee? I'm gonna try and say I can't prove it. Just a thought. But if we hear more of Detective Atmy's testimony,
Objection.
unfortunately, that's as far as you go. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's... Does he have the power to do that? Have you forgotten? Luke Atmy is here after we interrupt his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict and mask the mask. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I, Detective Ace Detective, as well as Mask the Mask, my verdict will verify that. Just as Ronda Light will verify that he is true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my Ace Detectiveness, order in court. That's enough deliberation over the witness. Don't give up now, Nick. Still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and by then I'll be too late. Yeah, I think I remember something like I might be wrong. But if I got one sentence, you can't get another one. That's why he wants this sentence now. That might be double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Yeah. Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, the defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atmy will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as masked and masked, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Cain Bullard is innocent. The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmy's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Cain Bullard's murderer. Yeah, that was the thing. It's not that he cannot be committed for 2 crimes, it's just that he cannot do this once more. Is Mia gonna come back again? Real Luke Atmy will go free. You have cross-examined cross-examined every statement the witness had made here today. As long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Apparently none, sadly enough. He's just drinking his coffee. Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke at...
Objection!
Yo, Mia. When you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. A poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. It's very often she needs to be here. That voice. It just happens so often. Have you already forgotten? Why are you always... He's always so shocked. This has happened in every single goddamn game and is still shocked by it. Not that it's really Maya who's standing before me. Right now, she's my mentor, Mia Faye. Now, let's do this. But there's no more we can do. Not any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. Testimony is not over. What do you mean? Connor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true. Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Okay, I don't see the point of that, unfortunately. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then shall we prove their importance with cross-examination? Talk about bluffing your ass off! Is that alright with you, Mr. Is something the matter, Mr. Goddard? Nothing. Ah. I think I know, because the thing is, he said, for some reason, we get the feeling he knows Nick. We don't really know why, but I think it is Mia that is the connection of why he knows us. And because Mia is right now standing in front of him, it's just a little shocking. Oh, Sir Lloyd, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think so much falsehood will do anything to me like Luke, let's see. It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Yeah, because they did not allow me to make him another sort of verdict anyway. Only those things. And technically they were told, so that's apparently allowed. Very well then. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. I understand it's my last chance. God damn, I thought I was just completely dead beforehand anyway. Indeed, it's true that I was not a Lord Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vital, important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was one of the line. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Okay, yeah. Mr. Delisle was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Therefore, all of the evidence point on the poor boy. Okay. That's the same thing he said before, but sure. This doesn't actually seem to hold up pretty well. The witness earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his point has been explained and no one of them seems to contradict anything. Well, of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary. Oh, wasn't you in prison at that time, more or less? Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, sir. We cannot postpone Luke Atmy's trial any longer. This is your last chance. I understand that people say it many times. But good God, do you want the truth or do you just want to send him to jail? That's the question. Hang on, just one chance? It seems that the party about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. We would see. What he means we would see. Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is. 15 cups of coffee! Yeah, 17. 15 to 17. Yeah, as you see, cup number 17, the last cup. So, technically 17 cups. God damn his bladder, though. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. Which means all I can do is to find the contradiction and remark and press. So I'm gonna just press. Okay, so let's do something here. We're gonna press. We're gonna press him like a grape juice. Like a grape and make some juice. It was me. I was not at Lord Taylor. Oh. Yeah, I think it's the last one because it said when it is on the 7th cup, the whole thing ends. But yeah, I don't know why it's so goddamn fun to count every single coffee that comes to his hand, but it is. But bye anyway, and good luck with, well, tomorrow. Have a good day tomorrow. And I'll probably see you on Tuesday. Okay, so it's true that I was not at Lord Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vital, important job. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. A brilliant deductor was informed me that the true copy was run the line. Thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that it was there. I was also able to make deduction from the buzzer, but here is the thing, how does he know about the goddamn key card and that? Mr. Atme, about this last remark. Still don't get it, right? This isn't time to be pressing the witness on earlier little statement. He said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proved. That this scum was in Kane Bullard's office that time. Now it's time for me to drink my last cup. Oh, apparently we just lost. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. We probably can handle it. We probably can handle it. Just paints a little. The court is adjourned. Play on Tuesday. Resident Evil. Alright. Well, not Tuesday. Saturdays. You wanna go? You wanna try that? Yeah, I'm gonna try that perhaps. not that. Okay.
Not that, and what it is for something at all. Something at all together.
Tomorrow, too late, to now and ever. Okay, let's do this then. Nope,
Objection.
nothing. I'm just gonna spam click through all this because goddamn it's not the easiest thing to figure out. Because I press to find more information, not to actually just let the information be his demise. So yeah, that's something. How many times I just did now? 3, 2, something? I don't know. So the only thing I wish to do is that on the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel.
Objection.
No. Okay, I'm gonna do the other job. I'm gonna say the other job because that seems to be off. Like, what other job? That's just something that struck me right now, but yeah, hey. I'm struck late.
Objection.
I know I'm just supposed to press. That's the thing. I'm just gonna press from first to last, to be honest, because I have no goddamn clue what I'm doing here. But hey, that's often when I play games. Just relaxing my head, and then I just do these games, and I have no goddamn clue what I'm doing.
Objection.
I more or less could think that was bad, but I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna go through every single goddamn thing here.
Objection.
I did not know that, but I can skip shit by holding B. I did not know that. Huh. I don't know if it works with A as well, but hey. Hey.
Objection.
No, I can do B is the one that does it. My nose is itching. My head just disappeared there.
Objection.
Well, I'm glad I can just skip this by holding B now. That makes things
It's a bit more easier for me for facts. But hey, that can be good anyway.
okay, so that is that. Good to know in the late game. But fine, fine. Okay. Rum, pum, pum.
Objection.
Yeah, just object everything I do. I don't know if it started with coffee after Mia died. That might be it. Instead of alcohol, he's just using coffee to dry, drown his sorrow. Sorry, I had to find a word for it.
Objection.
To be honest, I just pressed B by mistake. What the fuck? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on! I can fix this, I can fix this.
Objection.
Because something else changed. You still don't get it, right? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still don't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CSO's office on the night of murder. Ah, now I understand. His costume. He never said anything about the costume, he said it to us. And no one knew about it. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? Button did not have any fingerprints. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his the mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed, that was what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolish. More likely your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean? For some reason, it's starting to get really tense. When exactly did we learn the fact that Wonderlight was dressed as the Mask when he went for the crime to the scene of the crime? That was it was just a few hours back when my sick cub was looking at me with a cold stare. Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it until now. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only person who could have known this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There's no way that you should have known about that. You were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask the Mask. So then enlighten us, just how did you know about that piece of information? Well, come now, this detective must have known about it. Probably had plenty of chances to find out before. And in those chances that I want to discuss next, that night Mr. Delight was wearing his the mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out. Only one way. Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attack. There's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme. It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? He said the light saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron the light. Impossible. Yeah, he saw Mask the Mask, that goddamn fool. Welcome, humble viewer, by the way, to the stream I'm holding. We're about to throw this goddamn penguin into jail instead of Batman, apparently. But yep, that's what we do. Detective Atme, you saw Mask the Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Blythe. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. What is going to go kaboom? He is losing. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Yeah, it is the same goddamn line. But I think there's a little more meaning behind this. What an awful complicated incident. Kimberly was blackmailing Luke at me, who was in turn blackmailing Ron the Light. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke at me tried to frame Ron the Light. He then claimed to be guilty as Mask the Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. He used the double jeopardy rule for making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. I came personally close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with a title of murderer. Hi, Ron. Oh, I didn't realize you were there. I wouldn't, maybe. About the verdict. I know, you never committed the money murder. But that's right. Glad you understand that, but I really am Mask the Mask. So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy. Now that you mention it, oh fuck. Oh my god, I never thought of it. I've been careless. Yeah. Oh fuck. It's true, I never thought of it myself. Crap. He actually was innocent for being Mask the Mask. So he cannot be in jail for being Mask the Mask. He cannot do a double jeopardy. Oh crap. Like, I am glad, and I don't think he will continue with this, because right now his wife knows that. But still, welcome, humble viewer to the stream I'm holding here. If you're wondering why I'm just laughing my ass off, it's because our client here was first framed for being Mask the Mask. And he wanted to be verdicted as Mask the Mask, but we managed to find him innocent, so instead he became murderer. We have now managed to not make him the murderer, which makes him innocent. And apparently, due to a double jeopardy rule they have, he cannot be verdicted guilty for a crime he has already been verdicted against. So no one can say he's actually guilty of being Mask the Mask. What do you think, Mia? As the defendant say, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. Yeah, because last day he was ruled out to be innocent of being Mask the Mask. And we cannot change that. Doesn't matter. It cannot be verdicted twice of the same crime. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Yeah, that was exactly the thing I was talking about. Then, Master Mask is really innocent. It would seem so. For now. Okay. Oh, bloody hell.
I sat for myself. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? Because we know that that penguin guy is the murderer, so he will be innocent, but he has still done a crime, and I totally forgot about it. Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty to anything, apparently. God, yes. That either he is smart enough to think about that, or it was just pure luck. Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, I. This isn't good as at all. You see, the thing is, I still am mask. Yeah, he still want to be Mask the Mask. He still wants people to actually put him in jail, but apparently not because we can't. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh, I'm just joking. Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. On the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of stubborn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Mr. Wright, I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Light. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though. Come on, just be happy already. Aya, you've been cleared of the murder charge and got off as Master to boot. But it changed. I lost everything. Wait, what did you lose? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master. I did it all for one reason, for her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates me more than anything. Wait, didn't we ask us about that, and she had no problem with some certain criminal? She always said she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that. I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had. Didn't have any reason to stay with me. Thought I would leave me for sure. So that way became Master. Yes, but it's all over now. Broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really. Can we go back to where things were? You'll be fine. I can prove it. Can I? Okay, I'm gonna cheat here because I want to have this correct. Yeah, the sacred urn, I thought so. Because that's the only thing I've been put together again. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. The proof is right here! The sacred urn. Destiny was the one who found this. Your wife. She's only believed in you, wrong. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. There you are. Oh, Mr. Light. Hey, Ronnie, you're innocent. So happy. Thank you, I appreciate that. But, you also don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Why didn't you talk to me about what's going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really mask either. Like, what are you going to do when you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? Could ever let a wonderful man like you get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way you could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hate criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like detective. I see. I only went and declared his crimes before he committed them like a man. Okay, sure, true, yeah. I go for that. I love a man who is chivalrous. Yeah, that can actually be corrected as that point, so yes. And he was right about you. Every day would depend I spend with you, filled with thrills and excitement. You really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yep. I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, meeting Maya, congratulations! I love it. Here we have again. Talk about bad timing, yeah. Yes, oh! So just as the case came to a close, so did my consciousness. Goddamn strong. Once said a broken bowl can never be put back together. I don't know that it's not true. I mean, just look. It's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. That's a nice picture. It's the end of the episode! You know what? Huh. You know what? I'm gonna end it here. I know it's still 15 minutes, but there's no one here, and this chapter is gone. So I feel better of actually starting it next Tuesday instead.